Okay, we are live, and hold on a second. Oh, come on. Okay, good. We're back, right? We're back, right? Let me check. Let me double check. We're back, we're back. We're back, right? We're back, right? Okay, let me check. Try to move this away and see if it still sounds good, because it's still a bit loud. Okay, let me try to move this away. No, I think this is better. If it still sounds good, because it's still a bit loud. I can hear my voice repeating. No, I think this is better. Yeah. This is better. This is better. Okay. Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone's doing great. I hope everyone's doing amazing, because I know I am. My name is Chad. I'm a motion designer, and I'm learning to draw every day just to prove to people that it is not that hard. And today, I drew this little feller. Look at this little feller. Look at this little fucking feller. Look at this. Look at this little guy. See this? See that little guy? It's this guy right here. The little fucking feller. This is the little fuck off feller right here. Look at this. Amazing. Okay. Drawing. Yes, hands. Just a little dude. Just a little fucking fuck off dude. Just a little duckling fuck off dude. Okay. I'm gonna be real. Like, I'm having fun. I'm having so much fun with the playing around with lightweight, and also I'm kind of like, I feel like there's a more of a grasp of like the shapes, perhaps. So I feel like there's improvement. There is. Thinking about maybe the next step, or just like, obviously I'm not going to take a next step just yet. I want to like kind of like what's the word, like solidify what I'm already working on. More tracing today, maybe not today, because I find myself like while tracing, I found myself like very distracted when drawing, and I just like end up having like genuine fun and talking and not actually drawing. So I'm going to make this like maybe a day by day thing, like I said the other time. That way I can at least put in some actual work. Not today, okay. But yeah, so today maybe I thought we can watch some Sam Does Art. Can't let yourself do it because it's too fun, totally. Yeah, honestly, like, it's just like I have to stop myself. And I just like, whenever I find myself in that environment, it's kind of like I don't let go very easy. And then next thing I know, it's 2 a.m. in the fucking morning, and I really need to sleep, and it's very, late, and I haven't really done much drawing. You know what I mean? So I need to restrain myself. Okay, so today, since I did a little bit of drawing before the stream, actually, which during which I drew the hand, and I did some 30-minute poses as well. Maybe we can watch a Sam Does Art video, which I have downloaded. And that way, I don't, since, I have done my fair share of drawing, watching something and actually, and getting some benefit, I think is a good option or thing to do right now. I've been watching Alice in Borderland. That show is kind of fun. Like I've seen the first two episodes, or it's just like I tried to judge it by the first episode. I was like, nah, bro, who the fuck under these circumstances, under that much pressure, is going to start thinking and using their brain as if like they're smart or whatever? But as the show goes on, it's actually not bad. Okay, skin tutorial. There's how to draw a full body, characters, and back. Ooh, I wanna see this.
What's up, guys? Welcome to our.
Nah, this is 48 minutes. Subway. This is a process video, stylization, how to practice simplification.
What's up, guys? Welcome to our tutorial lesson video for the month of July.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys? How to practice gestures. Oh, this one is busted. I was looking at Discord code stuff, and apparently there might be some code for detecting like people in VC saying fuck as a trigger for recording videos. Like to automatically capture more. Interesting. Emotional moment or something maybe. So wait, so for recording videos, like to automatically capture more. Capture more? So like what's the like what happens when they catch when the code catches a person saying fuck? I stayed up the other night doing code stuff, and I'm like feeling some kind of feral. That's an interesting outcome. Why? Like, besides the lack of sleep, maybe. Buddy, I don't know if the feature is implemented, but it might be planned by Discord, or just like some third party like person. They messed around with that. Characters in version. What's up, guys? Is there a short one? God damn. Okay, skin.
Welcome to this month's.
Okay, maybe we can watch a skin tutorial for sure. Fair from having intense interest. Feels weird. Intense interest is okay. Like it's not that. I don't know. Maybe I don't really know. I'm not in your shoes, so I don't really know. But probably, I don't know. Get some sleep if you are lacking some sleep. And wake up and see if you are as interested, and just like maybe do it again. The Hand Lords have blessed you with their secrets, Mario. They actually have, which is, it feels good. Because I spent almost a whole year trying to draw hands and, not really succeeding. But now I'm feeling like I'm making kind of progress, which is good. Just checking if y'all are alive. We are. We're vibing. Feels weird to get fixated on stuff, and then I just, like, don't care about other stuff. I have to go to sleep. Hey, get your hours in, bro. Tomorrow's cool. Yeah. Thank you for stopping by, man. You don't care about other stuff. I heard. Well, I think it was in the documentary. In his documentary, but also a lot of people, mention, about success stories and whatnot. And among the success stories, especially in the US, Kanye West would appear like in the top, at the top. And the way he used to do it, he used to before like back when he was like an underdog, nobody knew him and nothing. He used to make beats in his room, I believe, or somewhere, right? By himself every day, and he used to make like a crazy amount of number of beats per day. I don't remember the exact name, but it's like something that not a regular person would do in a day, right? An amount of beats. and then he came out to the world, and he was like, he was showing his, having people listen to it, and people like it, and he makes some business, he gets some money out of it, and then he tries to get into the business, into the rapping business, like career, and they just rejected him, and they were like, no, you don't, you're not gonna be a good rapper, basically. Just like stick to beats, you're good with beats, stick to that. So basically, be like a producer, or just like a producer. But then he eventually, climbed up the top, and now he's what he is, a racist who has apologized recently. I think it can also be weird when I have an intense interest that makes me lose interest in other things, but then when I lose interest in the intense interest, I still am less interested in other stuff. I see. Kanye making a whole lot of beats. Yeah, bro was given the Australian painter art school treatment. Oh, by the way, important. Yeah, what's up? There was a racism controversy with Kanye. Oh, dude. Yeah. He was making all sorts of claims. He made a whole song. First, I'm moving to McLaren for GT3 in my league racing. My racism is fine. Okay. Good to know. Like, that's awesome. Like, it's always good to know that you're still a good... Oh my god. No, I should not be saying that. But Kanye, you got a new car in the racism game? Oh my god. Kanye was, he was like making some quote unquote anti-Semitic claims, and he was doing all sorts of wacky shit, to be honest. I don't want to get too much into it, cause I don't know, YouTube. But yeah, he was intense in the past couple of years. Our favorite racist, totally, for sure. Marcus, that is, not Kanye. But yeah, okay, let me shut up. I've been yapping. See, dude, once I start yapping, I don't stop, man. So we're gonna watch how to render skin. How about that? I changed team because my original team dropped me for a better one. What the hell? Boy, what the hell? They're gonna regret it. Okay, there it is. Let's cut the music. Shut up. Alright, we're gonna watch some Sam Does Art. Still with the brush haircut? Let's go.
Skin tutorial. So in this tutorial, I'm going to be talking about how to render. Hey guys, welcome to this month's skin tutorial. So in this tutorial, I'm going to be talking about how to render skin, and I'm going to walk you guys through some of the steps that I take in order to make my character's skin look realistic. And with that being said, let's jump straight into the topic. So the first thing.
The glasses? I've never seen him with the glasses. With round glasses too? Damn.
Through some of the steps that I take in order to make my character's skin look realistic. And with that being said, let's jump straight into the topic. So the first thing that I want to do here for you guys is to break down some of the main components that I'm going to be talking about in this tutorial. It's going to be very, very simple, but I want to explain it first so that you guys can understand the concepts and take it with you as we go along into the walkthroughs. So on the screen here,
fitting for a racist, totally. My god, bro.
I have a couple of portrait shots, very simple. And if you were to approach painting the skin on these portraits, sometimes it could be a little bit overwhelming. So the way that I like to approach skin that makes it a little bit easier for me to understand, a little bit simpler for me to render, is to isolate the shadow and the light shapes. And what I mean by this is we want to identify the main light source, the key light that is lighting our character. Doesn't matter if it's super diffused or if it's like really strong. And then we want to find the areas on the face that are in shadow and the areas of the face that are in light. So we want to break it down into two main colors, and that's the first thing we're going to do. So the first concept is really...
She does. She actually does. It's like the sharp jawline.
Breaking things down into two main components. There's the light and there's a shadow. Now I know there's a ton of transitional hues on skin, especially in between the lights and the
10%.
shadows, but we don't want to worry about that right now, because if you
Wait, what did he
start
say?
thinking there's a light and there's a shadow. Now I know there's a ton of transitional hues on skin, especially in between the lights and the shadows, but we don't want to worry about that right now, because if you start thinking about that too early on, it's going to become very overwhelming. Now I'm just going to draw over the portraits to identify where the lights are, and we're breaking it down into only 2 categories. So I'm going to find the shapes of the light. I'm just following the line of shadow, right? Sometimes it's very subtle, but it's still very identifiable. And we want to start training our brains to being able to simplify these things and identify it when we see it. So now everything within this shape right here is actually situated in the shadow region of the face, and everything else on this side, including the ear, jaw, and this side of the neck, that's the light portion of the face. So we've broken it down into the shadows and the lights. Very similar for the second one. We got a strong light source here, and the face is really like blasted out with light, but we can still identify where some of the shadow elements are going to be. So right there, some of the shadow from the lashes. We're going to get some of that on the eye as well, and the shadow on the nose.
Some might even say a little bit of Bob Ross's soul went into him, and this is like the Bob Ross was like the traditional kind of like version. He is the kind of like digital version.
Nose. So we want to find these shapes, and we want to really just separate
Bro got the
them
bog chilliness.
from the light areas. Now these shapes make up the shadow component of this portrait, and everything else is going to be in light. Now for the third portrait, we're going to do the exact same thing. The lighting is really diffused, but we can still identify where the shadows or the main shadows are going to start. And right under the neck as well, there's a bit of a cast shadow from the jaw.
Hey, no pause. Don't pause. Resume.
And then everything else in this portrait is going to be a part of the light. So I'm going to turn off the original layer real quick here. And these don't look like finished portraits. They're very abstract, but we can still get a sense of the form of the face just based on the information provided in these shapes. And by us taking this concept and applying it to the way we render skin, it's going to really simplify that process and make your skin rendering
Take care, Marcus. Bye-bye.
right off the bat. So that's concept number 1, okay? Really simple. And now we're gonna go on to the second concept, which is called local color. And this is something that you've probably heard before, but
Local color?
it basically refers to the color of an object without any light affecting it. So if we're thinking about the local color of skin, there's gonna be different tones and different hues on your face
Thank you, Marcus. Good night.
that are going to appear in different areas. So if we look at these photographs, okay, it's going to be very subtle.
Look at
but
this
there's some things that I
photograph.
want to point out. Now the face is not just one flat color, and it actually shifts as you go from the top to the bottom. So usually what I find to be the most believable way to convey a face that looks lively is to add a little bit of blush towards the middle section of the face. So if you're looking at the face in this area, there's usually a little bit more warmth to the actual hue that you're going to apply there, and it's going to make the character look just a little bit more alive. And if the ears are visible on your character, I also find that the warmer hue tends to show itself towards the upper tip of the ear as well. Actually, if you're looking at me right now,
I think that's what Lewis does as well. She does the blushing on the... I'm pretty sure she does it on the ears. Probably does it on the cheeks as well. Gonna be mega depification indeed? What does that mean?
you can see that right there. That's a little bit warmer than what you see on the bottom. So that's
Facts.
one area of the local color. Another one is going to be the lips. Obviously, the lips are going to be very red in their hue. And usually when I'm painting, I like to use the color that I apply to the middle section of the face and kind of amplify the saturation.
There was a portrait that I drew, like I think yesterday or the day before. And it looks kind of like decent, and it wasn't that good. And I tried to do like the lips were in light. Obviously, if I was going to draw like the girl in the middle, for example, I wouldn't do the kind of like derpification. I wouldn't do the outline of the lips, right? Maybe, maybe the lower lip, because there's some shadow there, but the upper lip doesn't have any shadow, so I don't think I would do. I tried to erase the lips off of that portrait. It didn't look good. Like they had their mouth open, but maybe also it was kind of like a realist portrait. Maybe we'll visit it next time. But yeah,
and the darkness of it a little bit, and usually I would apply that to the lips and it would be a pretty coherent look. So taking that concept onto the second piece as well, we can see there's a much warmer hue on the nose area as well as on this area. So this is a very natural occurrence in a lot of faces because there's a lot more flesh there. There's a lot more area for blood to flow through.
Okay, so nose, cheeks, and ears warmer.
Versus the area on the forehead where it's just pretty much just skin against your skull. And once again,
there's also this one instance where with the portrait, I did like the kind of like the flat color, and then I did some shadows and some highlights. No, I think I only did some shadows. But then I tried to add like some variation to the skin color, and I ended up like basically giving him like, and I basically made him like a drag queen. Like I gave him makeup, and he looked like a drag queen.
Lips kind of reflect the color that you see on the midsection of the face. And as we go on to the third portrait as well, you're going to be able to observe the same thing happening. So there's a little bit more of a warmer hue.
Yeah, true. You
can't really see it on the nose, but if I were to draw this character, I would probably extend the warm hue onto the nose as well.
There's no blood going through her nose.
Again, a stronger, more saturated version of what you find on the cheek. So the local color of these areas are going to be a little bit warmer than the local colors, say on the chin or on the forehead. So I like to treat the middle section of the face as well as the tips of the ears as a little bit warmer. And if you're not too clear on what like the warmth and cool scale is, usually when we're drawing skin, we're going to be within this range of colors.
Okay.
On the hue slider.
There's some drag in my makeupification. I kind of wasn't paying attention. No, I kept it to myself. It's I shared it on the Discord. Currently trying to hacks Discord. Okay. Keep us updated on where you got. But yeah, I kept it to myself. I didn't really share it.
And as we go towards the greens, the color gets cooler. As we go down towards the red, the color gets warmer. So when we're looking at an area like the forehead, we might get something that's closer to the yellows, whereas if we're looking at an area like the nose, we might get something that's closer to the red. That was concept number 2, local color. And these are the 2 main concepts that we want to keep in mind as we render skin. Now there is a third one that can be applied to certain lighting scenarios. So in a very strong lighting scenario, like the one you see in the middle, you're going to get a lot of subsurface scattering. And if you don't know what subsurface scattering is, it's basically when light hits your skin, part of it is going to go through your skin and part of it is going to escape from your skin out, and it's going to carry with it the color of your blood.
Okay, that's interesting. I'm trying to get code to count the number of servers I'm in. That's interesting. Okay.
So it's going to give you a very vibrant...
Bro got into too many servers and it was like, you know what? I'm not doing it anymore. I'm gonna... I think it's just easier to go through the pain of making codes and running the codes on the website and get a number rather than actually counting it, by just looking at them. Crazy.
Very saturated kind of look. That's why when you see air, part of it is you're gonna get a lot of subsurface. Now there is a third one that can be applied to certain lighting scenarios. So in a very strong lighting scenario, like the one you see in the middle, you're gonna get a lot of subsurface scattering. And if you don't know what subsurface scattering is, it's basically when light hits your skin, part of it is going to go through your skin and part of it is gonna escape from your skin out, and it's going to carry with it the color of your blood. So it's going to give you a very vibrant, very saturated kind of look. That's why when you see areas like the tear duct right there, and
it's not gonna be quick to make. That's what I'm saying. Like, like there's this meme of just like, coders or engineers going through the effort of making like an application that does a thing, whereas you can do that thing for less time. But the up thing about it is that you can use it multiple times and it will save you time in the future. But it's kind of like a meme thing.
Right there, they're a lot more saturated than color of your blood. So it's going to give you a very vibrant, very saturated kind of look. That's why when you see areas like the tear duct right there and right there, they're a lot more saturated than an area that might be in ambient occlusion like that. And that's because the light is shining down, hitting the skin, it's going into the skin, it's passing through the skin, and when it comes back out, it's going to carry with it some of the color of our blood, which is red. And you've also got a very similar thing happening on the neck here. So the light is shining down, there's a shadow here, and some of the light is going to go into the skin and come back out. And when it comes back out through the shadow area, you can see a little bit more saturation than in here. And the name,
actually, I haven't really heard anybody explain it. It's just like, oh, ambient inclusion, you do the rim of the shadow with a more intense color, and that's it. And it makes sense, it looks good, but having this explained, like the scientific phenomenon is good. Gotta automate. Yeah, automation, exactly. Things that will be done quickly anyways. Because why not? But also, it's low-key me being salty at Discord. For not telling me its secret, so I'm trying to torture it into compliance. You know what you should do? You should go into government websites and try to mess around with their fuck around, see if you find out.
Surface scattering is pretty self-explanatory because in a sense the light,
by the way, if in case YouTube takes this seriously, this is a joke. YouTube, like, we don't condone any of that behavior. If you want to be like a hacker, be a white hat hacker, do not be a black hat hacker. That's it. All right? This is a joke. YouTube, please, this is a joke, please.
Is literally scattering under more saturation than in here. And the name subsurface scattering is pretty self-explanatory because in a sense the light is literally scattering underneath the surface of your skin. So subsurface scattering. But don't worry, we'll talk a little bit more about this as it comes up when we actually go to render some of these portraits. So to recap, two main
be a racist hacker. No, those are actually, legit terms.
Concepts
we learned about them like first year into like cybersecurity.
We want to find the light, the shadow, and we want to be aware of the local colors on the skin, and in certain scenarios we also want to think about subsurface scattering. Okay, now on to the second part of our tutorial. I'm going to give you guys an exercise that's really good for understanding light and shadow on the face. So it's going to help you be able to isolate those shapes and help you identify them. Now this is also going to prep you for the next step, which is the actual rendering. Now we have a bunch of reference photos here. We're going to start from the top left. The first thing I'm going to do is
dude, before I end the stream, the video, okay, maybe you guys weren't enjoying the video yesterday, but like in the Cold Ones video that we watched, towards the end of the video, it gets fucking crazy. They buy like this $2,000 like robot dog, and they start, bro, I'm not even gonna tell you. It's just like a short portion of the video. I'm gonna show it to you, and then I'm gonna end the stream. And then there's red teaming. I don't think I've heard of red teaming, which includes white hat stuff and social engineering. Oh, social engineering is kind of like, you think hackers and you do like everything manually and you kind of like brute force everything and you get the password and you hack into the Facebook or whatever. But a lot of hacking or hacker stuff. If you haven't seen Mr. Robot is actually kind of like accurate when it comes to the hacking stuff. It's a lot of social engineering. It is a lot of social engineering. And you know what's crazy? AI is helping quite a lot with social engineering now, with the fake sounds and everything, fake calls. It's very interesting.
Look for the shadow color on the face right here.
Okay, hold on.
Understanding light and shadow on the face. So it's going to help you be able to isolate those shapes and help you identify them. Now this is also going to prep you for the next step, which is the actual rendering. Now we have a bunch of reference photos here. We're going to start from the top left. The first thing I'm going to do,
Word of Mr. Like, it is, bro. It is so good, and it actually is like a genuinely good show as well.
is I'm going to look for the shadow color on the face right here. Now as we use the eyedropper tool, we can see that her skin tone is of a slightly darker complexion, and it is more leaning towards the cooler range. So
Right.
That's exactly what we're going to use. We're going to try to find...
I should color pick some like faces, because most of the time when I try to color faces, I try to not to color pick, and I end up having like the colors wrong. So I need to study what colors our faces are first.
A shadow color. And don't be afraid when you're picking the color. Do not be afraid to go into a more saturated range. Something that I find really negatively affects a lot of people's portraits is the fear of going into more saturated areas. So if you stay within the grays, you're going to get a color for the skin that looks very dead, and it's really easy to make it look muddy and dirty. So we're going to go into a pretty saturated area.
Nice.
Okay, and we're going to find right now the general color of the shadow. Now I know there's a lot of nuance in there, but we don't want to worry about that at all. Just kind of map out the shape of the head. Now the next thing that I want to do is I want to find the color that best represents the light. And remember, being able to find the color takes a lot of trial and error, and usually I'm able to find it pretty quick due to, just having a lot of experience with painting faces in general, but it's totally fine if you take a few tries to get the right color. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply it onto the face, onto the areas where we see the light.
Cool.
I'm just gonna give her some hair so you can tell what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And there's our idea of the light and the shadow. So that's our first concept of breaking things down into two main colors. This makes approaching a portrait a lot more easy to understand, and it sets a really solid foundation for your skin rendering that you can then start to build on top of. Now it's not accurate, it's not super detailed, but it's a really good practice method for you to start training your brain to start seeing in these shapes, instead of getting caught up on the tiny small little details and the tiny nuances and the hue shifts that don't really matter when you're starting a portrait. So it's not the prettiest thing, but we'll move on to the next one because it's just a very simple exercise to start thinking in a different way. Now moving on to our second portrait at the bottom left. She has much darker skin, and what we're gonna find is it's gonna lean.
It's much warmer too. It's kind of like more red than the first
A
one.
lot more into the red range. It's
Yeah.
going to be quite saturated as well on the dark end. What I'm going to use is a pretty rich,
Nice.
deep, almost like a maroon kind of color for the shadow region of her skin. And I'm just going to map out the shape of the entire face here.
Cool.
Once I have this, I want to find the light areas. I'm going to apply that onto the areas where I see the light. Okay, so once again, very fast, super simple, not very flattering at all, but we got the idea down for the light and shadow portions of the skin on the face. And this is all about building that solid foundation. I'm gonna do the exact same thing for the two portraits on the right as well. I'm gonna look for the color that best suits the face here.
That's interesting. So for the darker skins, it was like maybe a little bit lower on the hues and a little bit lower on the saturation, not saturation, on the darkness. Okay.
And find the color of the shadow.
I'm just noticing that there is two boxes. There's just like a box for Sam and a box for me, and it's just like, it's almost like a reaction for a reaction, but it's not really a reaction we're studying here.
So something like that, again, very simple. And the colors that I've picked for the shadow and the light are the colors that I think best represent the general area that make up the light and the shadow. Gonna do the exact same thing for the last portrait.
Whoa, that's very pink. Orangish. It's orange. Pink. The webcam yin and yang. Yeah, it's like me in this corner and him in this corner.
Yeah, these look borderline creepy, but you get the point of this exercise. We're really trying to train our brains to start simplifying things, to start thinking in terms of the lights and the shadows and these big shapes, so that when we start to approach our rendering phase, which we're going to talk about next, we can have a solid foundation that we can build off of. And also in this exercise, we are not thinking about the local colors. We're not thinking about the tiny shifts in the hue from the light to the shadows. We're just trying to isolate these big shapes and trying to think in terms of shadow and light. So yeah, if you guys have some time, give this exercise a shot. See if you can use just two different colors to convey a face and make it look like a face. It's a lot harder than it looks, and it's really gonna force your brain to start thinking in a different way. And don't worry about the final result and having it look pretty and all that, because it really doesn't have to. This is just a quick, rough and fast exercise to get you going.
Honestly, I want to try this. Like, I don't plan on doing any rendering, honestly, these days, because I'm working on my line quality. But it's interesting to see, and it's also like, it's cool because I don't have to not. Basically, it's just like, you can paint, you can draw, and the drawing is gonna give you the guidelines, and it's gonna make it much easier to, you know where to put your lines, right? So let me grab a face, hopefully, preferably with a dramatic lighting. Face or portrait. Come on. Portrait. Drawing reference. Thank you. Give me some dramatic lighting. Give me some black and white. Oh my god, these look intimidating. These look difficult. Okay, let's do this. Okay, since we're in the Asian theme. Let's do this one. There it is. Okay, let's see. I wonder if we can trace more if you start earlier. Wait, hold on. I wonder if we can trace more if you start earlier, so you don't have to stay up till 2 a.m. I don't think it's about going earlier. I can start earlier, and we would start tracing, and I would end up finishing the stream or just like going to bed at 2 a.m. still. But yeah, maybe we can do that. The reason why I'm doing this more is like 11. I'm starting these at like approximately 11 these days, because of like the data thing. Like, it's back since it's a new month. So I'm trying to do those more past 11, right? But yeah, maybe we can do it like, I don't know, 10:30 or something. I'll see what I can do. Sometimes like the work that I have interferes as well, so It's a fucking mess. Okay, let me paint this fella. Where is my cord? There it is. Okay. By the way, I was talking to Kamoy. What does past 11 have to do with data? Oh, yeah, I didn't explain that. So there's this. Okay. I have this option, offer, I don't know, like pack, whatever it is. Fate this fella. There's this option that I have is when it is between 11 p.m. and 8 a.m. the internet is kind of like illimited, so I don't really consume much of the data that I have, right? You know, loaded there. Data is cheaper when it's at the cost of sleep. Honestly, that's how they are making it. It's like if you want cheap, or basically like limit, it's not really illimited, but they offer you like a high amount, right? It's like if you want to use it for free or use like the illimited, part of it, you gotta stay awake, right? Because that's when people are asleep or less traffic or something. It's not about traffic because it's not like ADSL. When it comes to ADSL, there's the traffic of the actual data going through the cables. But with 4G and 5G, it's like only you use that bandwidth that goes later to the sat. Not well, we don't have satellites here. Actually, we do, but like maybe for 5G. For 4G, it's like these big like. Eiffel Tower looking like metal things, right? Yeah. So that's why I'm trying to keep them like kind of like late. Okay. So probably I should go with a smoother brush, but let's see how this one works. Whoops. The cell towers, exactly. That word, cell tower, reminds me of this image. There's a lot of variations to it. Reminds me of this. This is some boomer posting on Facebook and actually believing that this is what the cell towers actually do to you. Yeah, look at this. You got the vaccine, you got the tower, you got Wi-Fi, you got, I don't know, this drug. I don't know, this is hilarious to me. I'm cooked. Apparently whoa, what artist? What artist? His edits are kind of like vibe. Wait, this is done by an actual artist? I didn't even know that. Man, that's crazy. This is called deesillustrations.com. I don't know if you've seen this because of the quality, but it says deesillustrations.com. Let me go to that URL actually. Try to go to the URL, Derpy. Deesillustrations.com. Oh man, I think it's down. It doesn't work anymore. Coap. That would have been funny to see. These nut. A dude made these. Wow. Okay, let me paint this, and then we're gonna watch the video or the part of the video. Then we're gonna sleep. Okay, so do I do black? Well, okay, since this is in grayscale, let me try to kind of like get a sense of this, get a feeling of this. Yeah, maybe a little bit darker. That's okay. Yep. These might have been his last name or something. Are you for real? I thought it was like a, haha, these nuts. Mm. Around August 2008, artist David Dees, what? Uploaded a piece of artwork to his now inactive website depicting his interpretation of the effects of radio waves from cell phone towers on people. So this was not intended to be a meme. This was genuinely like a genuine thing that, or kind of like message they wanted to get across. Okay, and then we choose this. Yep. Okay. Whoops. So this one I'm gonna pick as this. And then, so we have these two colors. Nice. So right now, we'll do this. That one's there. Okay. And then X, boom. But let me at least give him some hair, because this looks weird without the hair. Let's give like a shape. All right. Okay, there you go. And then all right, this is good. I like this. Let's move on. X, and then we color pick this, and we keep going. So we've got what? We've got, let me try to think of this. So we've got this one right here, right? And I think it keeps going. I think maybe we stop there. Then I'm gonna, do the whole thing. Okay. That's that's fine. That's fine. You know what? That's fine. And then with the X, I'm gonna carve in the areas where it should have kind of like more of this. Let me have more of this here. I think it should be larger. Yeah, so we've got the eyebrow here. Then we got this here. Then I should probably not be too precious about this. you know? Okay, maybe we don't do the eyes. Maybe not the eyes. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We're gonna stop there. And then do the nose a little bit. And the mouth. That's it. Okay, that looks fucked, but, you know, it's something. Mildly stonks? Whoa, dude, actually, for real. Wait, hold on. Ah. Fuck it, stonk. You know what? There. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop it here. I'm not going to try to do anything else. Maybe this one. Maybe one here. Yeah. And then maybe some accentuate the shadow here. And then maybe some shadow. Actually, yeah, I can do some more shadow here. Fuck. Bro's stonking it right now, bruh. And for the next round, this one, we do a little bit of this. There you go. Well, I used 3 values. Okay. Kind of broke the rule here, but okay, that's enough. That's enough. I'm gonna. Actually, I shouldn't have done the eyes. Yeah. Okay, that's enough. I'm gonna stop myself. I'm gonna stop myself. There it is. Okay. Let's now watch the video. Let us watch the video. Let's watch the video. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Where is it? Where is it, men? Where the fuck is it? There it is. Okay, it's the one in the thumbnail too, which is hilarious. Hold on. Apparently there's some code that like kind of keeps track of what servers you're most active in. I might set up a thing with that where you can get a table in the console to see the list and see your activity. Wow, okay. Is this an app or is this some script? I wonder if like if you vibe code an app, how it would have access to, or maybe you can just like maybe paste the URL. But I don't think if just like vibe coding alone would allow you to access like websites that have like a login sort of thing, right? Because you would need like an agent for that. And as far as I know, Google doesn't offer agents that will log in into things for you. Let's see here. Okay, this part. Wait, hold on. So they got the dog, right? This is hilarious. Like, this is hilarious to me. I don't know. This is funny. It's fucked up, but it's funny. It feels fucked up. I don't know. It's not. It's not. But like, it's probably because the thing looks like a. It has like, fucking, arms and things, right?
That means yours is better. Why is it on a road?
Wait, hold on. Let me grab OBS here.
No way. Whoa, 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 whoa. I thought that was a real dog underneath little
it.
fella. What's
Be
his
gentle,
name?
be gentle. Tillman.
Hi, Tillman. Get your ass over here, boy.
Shit,
Fuck off, you fucking nut. Oh, God. Oh, hell no, man. Hell no. Down, boy. Down. Fucking ass on, man. Are you controlling it?
No, it's AI.
Bullshit, Darcy. Fuck off. Fuck off. Oh, no.
Dude, the way they treat it.
Yeah, get up from that, dickhead. Oh, no. Ow, what the fuck?
The dramatic music.
Oh, shit. Why? Fuck. Is this one of those Boston Dynamic dogs? I want to drive this around the streets. It's hitting their fucking gritty.
So me to the.
Dickhead. Oh shit, you locked him up good. What? How is it getting up? Take this to the bin for me, brother. What the fuck? It's doing knick-knack paddywhack. You fucking idiot. He disabled it. Is it dead? Take this to the bin for me, man. Go on now. Get out of here. Why is it humping? Get the fuck out of here, clanker. Is that a dog with the J's, man?
Dude, I'm dying, bro.
Hey, man, your J's came up, man. Bro still hasn't taken that rubbish to the bin for me. Bro went and bought himself a new pair of shoes.
Oh my god. Dude, the shoes. The fucking shoes, man. Engineers run so YouTubers can do violence.
Take it. Shit. Hey, man, your J's came up, man. Bro still hasn't taken that rubbish to the bin for me. Bro went and bought himself a new pair of shoes. Shit. Alright, let's play.
Wow.
Check this out.
Kind of cool they could buy that. Yeah, I mean, they have crazy budgets. Some videos they spend probably more than, on this video.
Right? Oh, for God's sake, man. Give me a chance. You clearly got the advantage. Fuck off. Ow! Fuck off! Jesus! That's heavy. Oh my God.
Wiper.
As well as it does.
Ooh! That's it. That's a hit. That's a direct hit.
Oh my God. I can't believe that worked as well as it does. Oh shit! Fuck him up! Oh shit!
Oh my god.
Hey, we chill? Is this a peace offering? Grog.shop. Back's out now. Liquor. Oh, he's fucking running amok, man.
It also came with a controller where you can control it, but that was AI mode.
It has a thing
Right?
called rage
The
mode.
bounce is crazy.
In this mode, the robot dog's speed increases rapidly, which may aggravate hardware damage. Please operate with caution. Execute.
Don't drive it into the cameras or any of your fucking employees, bro.
Driving disaster, man. Shit. Oh my God, Chad, chill. That's it, you little... Ah! Ah! Oh, fuck.
Fucking actually hit him. Dude, this feels fucked up to me. Like to have like a small little thing and you're stomping it and it looks like a dog. It moves like a dog. I know it's a robot, but it's just like, it feels weird to me. I don't know. But it's funny at the same time.
I'll fucking bottle it. Oh! Get out of there!
Holy fuck, man. Keep busting it down.
Me too, bro. Me too.
Alright, Darcy! Bring in the next $5,000 item right now.
Okay, hold on. So they bring like a hydraulic press, it's like whatever. And then also it's just cool technology, right? And then they bring it outside, right?
Last round. The Chinese park. Alright, we're gonna cross the road now. You ready? Alright, they're gonna red light. Cross. Come on, quick. Ah, good boy. Quick, go, wee wee. They're going. Just training it. No, bad. Down, boy. Mark, piss off.
Dude, this is fucked up. Dude. Oh my god. And this thing is like very sturdy too. For the amount of times they hit it, and it's still working.
Training it.
It's a really cool piece of technology.
Yeah, boy. Tram. He's fucking
The Clanker Revolution, exactly, bro.
No! Stop! You can't reach, man. You can't reach.
Oh my god. Oh my god, my cheeks hurt.
Oh, okay, no, don't.
How do I stop it? How do I stop it?
Sorry.
Man, those dogs nearly ran into traffic, man.
Chad, stop. What are you doing?
Make it come back down them, bro. It's going into the Bunnings, man. You're just going to get a piece of plywood.
I don't know if it can.
Just like some years ago, it was cutting edge, right? Yeah, it's crazy. I think I remember seeing like the first Boston Dynamics video about it. Oh, Chad, your poor cheeks, dude. I know. I said it, and I I regretted it the moment I said it. But there was like this convention that I went to, and these things are smart too. I went to a convention. It's like an IT whatever, and they had like this dog running around, just going around like unmonitored, right? And I'm walking. I was about to leave. I walk. This thing goes in front of me. And it was like, it didn't just like go and stand, but it's just like passing by. It just stood kind of like for a couple of like seconds in front of me. I stop, wave with my hand, like go on, and it moves away, and I just like keep walking.
God's sake, yeah. I'll tell you what, it's built tough.
Sounds epic. It kind of isn't. I mean, there's some cool technologies. There's some 3D printers there and everything, but mostly it's like for investors to look around for some like cool startups, and for it's either there's like investors there, there's like trainees and people looking for internships, and the actual people like startups and enterprises on the stands.
Hey, fuck it off. Man, I thought you could make that for real. Get up. Darcy, it won't get up. Oh, no. Hey, man. No! Chad, what do you mean he's flashing red, bro? Darcy, does that mean he needs charging or he's fucked? Oh, no, he looks limp.
Dude, they fucking killed him in the end, bro. It could have been someone controlling the robot. Honestly, could have been, but I believe it has like two modes. It has like the mode where it's like runs by itself, and then there's the other modes. Anyways, this was fun. Flashback to the dead cat. The dead cat. Am I forgetting something? There's a dead cat. Did we talk about a dead cat? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Rip in peace, beautiful machine. They fucking destroyed it. Oh, man. Okay. Thank you for being here, guys. Thank you, Derpy, for being here. Maybe we'll do the kind of like VCing thing a little bit more often. The crying black guy and the cat on the ground. Okay, you need to send me that again, because I do not remember. Well, I'm just like being stupid right now. But I spoke a little bit earlier about Kamoy. I don't know how to say his name. And I was like, yeah, if you want, you can join. Like we do VCs sometimes. And he goes like, I'm a little bit shy, but sure, I would love to. And it's like, maybe we have him next time. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate every single one of you. And peace. Bye-bye. You showed me? I did? I don't know. I forgot. All right. Bye.